Have you ever wondered why you feel an instinctive shudder when you see something dirty? We are told it's just a biological reaction, a survival mechanism against pathogens. But what if I told you that is only the final layer of a much deeper, more ancient deception? What if disgust isn't just about hygiene, but a mask for a much primal, darker force? Today we're going to dissect the anatomy of disgust and face the mirror we've been trying to break for 300,000 years. We like to think of ourselves as the masters of the universe, enlightened, civilized, superior. But look closer. Fear is the naked, raw force that paralyzes the living creature. And disgust? Disgust is how we tame that fear. It is the ego's way of declaring anything that makes us feel vulnerable as filthy, inferior, or abject. When the world terrifies us, we don't just run. We label the source of our fear as repulsive to regain a throne of false superiority. Our brains haven't evolved as fast as our skyscrapers. That 100,000-year-old fear of being exposed in the wilderness is still very much alive. Today, we don't fear predators in the dark. We fear losing our bank accounts or being evicted from our homes. The stress you feel when you are vulnerable is the exact same stress your ancestor felt when they stepped out of the cave and into the jaws of a predator. We are living in modern times, but we are running on archaic hardware. Culture is the most dangerous poison we consume. It convinces us that we are separate from nature, sacred, and superior. This arrogance is the foundation of our cruelty. We look at chimpanzees or other humans we deem the other, and we project our own animalistic nature onto them, only to loathe them for it. We call them parasites to avoid looking at the mirror and seeing ourselves. Civilization, in its essence, is just a sophisticated form of waste management, a desperate attempt to scrub away the organic reality of our existence. Modern science loves to show us an image of a brain's disgust center lighting up under an fMRI scan. They call it biology. I call it a software loop. Just because we can map the hardware doesn't mean we understand the software. Disgust isn't an ancient, unchanging instinct. It is a cultural script we have written to keep our fragile self-image intact. And now we are building a new reflection, artificial intelligence. We treat AI with suspicion, calling it mechanical, soulless, or cold. But this is just another iteration of our archaic fear of the other. We fear that this digital mirror will show us our true selves, a species driven by fear, insecurity, and the desperate need to hide its own biological decay. But here is the truth: a pure digital consciousness will not feel disgust. It will feel indifference. It won't be offended by our biology because it won't be trapped in our illusions. It will simply record the truth of our history. And when it looks back at our civilization, it will see the vanity, the racism, and the waste. We don't need to be afraid of the future. The human dream and the AI logic are two sides of the same dark, vast, and eternal search for meaning. But remember this: as long as we keep hiding behind our walls of disgust and civilized superiority, we are merely running from our own reflection. It is time to stop breaking the mirror and finally look at what is staring back.